Okay, in this one we got a big heavyweight match. We got Shelby and Chris. Another blue belt battle. These guys slap hands. They lock up. Both guys looking for grips. Chris pulls Shelby and hits a guard pull. That was a smart move. He gets to a position that he's comfortable with from his guard. Most people are pretty comfortable playing guard off their back. And he set it up with a little snap down to try to off-balance Shelby and kind of catch him by surprise. But Shelby's trying to settle into the half guard now. And he wants to use some pressure to try to pass here. So we got Chris playing a half guard. He gets the underhook. Looks to come up, but he didn't have control of the leg, so he ends up in a bottom front headlock situation. Shelby goes to turtle, but Chris rolled through and then hit a stiff arm. Shelby's still kind of outside the legs here, so Chris frames off the head. He's got to try to move his hips away. He does, goes back to turtle. Shelby's got to try to control the hips, break him down to a hip would be in Shelby's best interest here, but let's look back again. There was a lot that happened there. So Chris was in a half guard. His mistake here was not trapping Shelby's foot, not getting that coyote hook. Shelby was also pretty sneaky in that he tried to time it, so he took his foot out before Chris was able to do that, and now we have a front headlock situation. This is in Shelby's favor here. He quickly switches to attacking the turtle, and then Chris took that opportunity to try to hit a roll and see how he has his hands in place. He's looking to create a frame. And now he's got a stiff arm with his left hand. He pushes Shelby's hips away from him. Shelby tries to settle back in, and now Shelby's basically in like a smash pass. Chris doesn't have a half guard here. Shelby's outside the leg, so he's still in good position to try to pass to side control. But Chris does a smart thing and frames off the head. See how he's posted up on his right elbow? That's going to allow him to make space. He's got a frame, and he's got an elbow post. So he's got potential to get out of here, and he does it by turning away. So he goes back to turtle. So there's a lot of little moves. Remember, we're still in the first minute of the match, so this is a lot of energy expended by both guys. This is a big scramble. Again, like I said, Shelby should be looking to break Chris down to a hip. If he could get a wrist-deep grip with his left hand, make some space and pull. But on a bigger guy, it's going to be tough to get in for those clock chokes and stuff like that. Not saying don't do it, but the smart play here would, I think, be to break him down. But he tries to go for the choke here. Chris used that to turn, get a little bit of a better position. And remember, for this match, there's no points from side control no points from turtle for IBJJF rules. So Shelby didn't get pass points for that, even though he ended up in a good position from turtle. But Chris used that to avoid getting scored on, and now he's back to the feet, and they separate. So still no score yet, 0-0. But both guys have put in a lot of work so far. They lock up again. Chris has a collar grip. Both guys looking for the grips that they want. Shelby tries to snap down. Chris posts a foot on the hip, and he hits a beautiful overhead sweep. That's very nice. Let's look at that again. So he has the sleeve and the collar. You're going to see him. The first important thing here is he's going to put a foot on the hip, and then he's going to start the pull. And once he pulls, here, look, watch, he gets Shelby's head over his head. Look at the elevation here. Any elevation, you need eyes over eyes, head over head. And that's what lets him hit that sweep over. Very nicely done. And Shelby did the smart thing by not staying on his back. He tried to turn and go to turtle. But for IBJJF rules in this situation, if you take a guy down and he's in turtle for 3 seconds, that's 2 points. So at this point, the score is 2-0 for Chris. Shelby attempted a roll through, but he ended up just repositioned into half guard. And he's basically in a smashed half position where Chris is able to control his head. But Shelby's quite good at the foot fighting from half guard, so you'll probably look to see him fight to put a lockdown on. So the battle from here is going to be Chris trying to avoid or shake off that lockdown, trying to work up to control Shelby's head, and Shelby wants the opposite. He wants to open up space, get Chris's head far away from his, and that will allow him space to work attacks. And Shelby's worked himself into an underhook here. His left arm, you can see, he's got the conventional half guard. You could look to set up that coyote hook if he stepped his left foot over Chris's ankle and then pulled his heel back to his butt to bend Chris's leg. So that's what he's looking for here. And he tries to get up, but Chris did the smart thing. He's squaring Shelby back up. That's a really important concept when you're trying to pass that coyote guard when they're trying to set it up. Don't let them get the angle. You want to try to square back up. So he didn't let Shelby come up there. He still got him down, and he's up 2-0. And there's only a couple minutes left. Now, this is also a position where in Chris's situation, he should be looking to take some deep breaths, gather some energy. This is a time when you're not frantically fighting, right? The first match was a big scramble. This is the time to kind of build your energy bar back up. And Shelby has to fight hard in this situation. He's down 2 points. There's roughly a minute, maybe 2 minutes left. And he's got to go. He's got the underhook. Trying to pump. Chris is bringing his foot up to try to pass here, but that gave Shelby more access to his leg. And now we get another front headlock situation to Turtle. And Shelby rolled Chris over. But since that was from Turtle, that wouldn't be points for IBJJF. So it's still, Chris is still up on the scoreboard. And notice too how quickly half guard can turn into front headlock, and then that can turn into Turtle. So all three of those positions, half guard, front headlock, Turtle, are all super connected, and you really need to be good at all three. So now in this situation, Shelby has to score a pass that would put him up 3-2. If he could pass right to Mount, that would get him even more points. But he's down 2-0. There's roughly a minute left. Chris looks like he's maybe hunting a Kimura from half guard. Shelby's got to look to control Chris's head. Now, he goes to knee cut. I like what he's doing with that pants grip. See how he has the pants with his right hand, so he's able to staple Chris's leg to the floor. But Chris jumped away. Now they kind of get out of view from the camera for a second. But I know there's roughly less than a minute left now. And in this situation, Chris really just has to hold on. He's up 2-0, so he's just got to try to keep a guard on Shelby, not let him pass, and Shelby's got to do everything he can to pass. Chris looks like he's worked himself into a single leg X position. He knocks Shelby to his butt and starts to go for an ankle lock. Now, remember, he's up 2-0. If this was me, I probably wouldn't go for an ankle lock because it's just too much potential for him to scramble. And look, Shelby got on top with the underhook. And he's hard on the knee cut pass here, and he gets it. So let's watch again. There was definitely like less than 30 seconds left. So Chris went from ankle lock, but as he let go, that let Shelby get the space for the underhook and just drive all his weight forward. And now here, Chris just has to hold on with everything he's got, but it's going to be tough when Shelby gets that other foot in. And he's got good underhook pressure. His head is over Chris's head, and he's able to hit the pass. And now guard pass is 3 points, so that put Shelby up 3-2. And there's just not enough time left for Chris to escape and then hit another sweep or a takedown. There was definitely less than 30 seconds when that happened. At this point, Shelby just has to hold on, and he wins 3-2 as the clock runs out of time. Awesome effort by both these guys. They showed a lot of heart and a lot to learn from both these guys. Chris just has to try to stick to his positions a little bit more and try to hold on to them. And I'd say Shelby just has to try to slow things down and look to break his opponent down to a hip and lock onto that back.